Greetings, this is Paul, your Pacific Northwest trail guide. I want to help you pick your next trail to explore, so let's check this one out. Back in the 1800s, Henry Pittock had this mansion built, perched in the hills above downtown Portland. Although being a newspaper publisher and in the paper mill business funded this, he was also an avid outdoorsman, which makes it that much more appropriate that you can make this the destination for a hike. This trip takes you from Lower Maclay Park, right in town, up through forested hills to the mansion. It's 5 miles round trip and you'll have some decent ascending getting up to it also. Although the starting point for this hike is conveniently located, there's barely any parking at the Lower Maclay Park, so if you can get here some other way than driving, that is recommended. Or look into the several other options for places to start from. If you decide to risk it and hope to find a spot to park near Maclay Park, it's easy to find off of Highway 30 in Northwest Portland, taking the Vaughan Street exit. The first section of the hike takes us through the small Lower Maclay Park and onto the Lower Maclay Trail as it heads up Balch Canyon alongside a picturesque creek. Eventually you turn south and climb steeply out of Balch Canyon and cross Cornell Road to finish up by climbing the side of Pittock Hill up to the mansion. Setting out from the park, you pass under the Thurman Street Bridge and enjoy a paved walk up until you get to a bridge over the creek, after which the actual trail begins. As you enter this canyon, you are suddenly transported out of the city and into a natural area with high walls of green on both sides and a creek gently flowing beside you. After less than a mile, you approach a junction with the Wildwood Trail coming in from the vast northern stretch of Forest Park. Here also lies the Stone House, a former park facility which used to have restrooms and water, but after too much vandalism and damage from the elements, now just provides a stone skeleton to explore. Our path continues on along the creek. There's some ups and downs along the way, but this stretch up the canyon before we cross and start heading up more steeply is a gentle incline. At last you reach a large bridge which crosses the creek and switches back the other way in the gorge before heading up. As you make a few switchbacks up the side of the canyon, you get neat views of the trail below. It's not long before you reach a parking lot on Cornell Road and come around the back of it to the road crossing. Shortly after crossing the road and continuing on the Wildwood Trail, you come to this junction with the Upper McClay Trail. This junction starts a loop with both sides taking you up to Pittock Mansion, and I choose to take the Upper McClay Trail side first. Both sides of the loop are pretty similar, but this side gets more ascending out of the way first, whereas if you take the Wildwood side first, it ascends towards the end of the loop instead. Either way, you reach this four-way junction and follow the sign pointing to Wildwood Trail and Pittock Mansion, going steeply uphill more. It's less than a half-mile farther though, and soon you approach the parking lot for the mansion. Make your way through it to the other side. You may choose to buy tickets and explore the museum inside the mansion, or just stroll around and enjoy the amazing park grounds. It's an amazing view up here indeed, not just of the city and Mount Hood beyond, but the incredible variety of plants in the gardens here and other structures like the Gate Lodge. If you make a little loop around the grounds, these stairs bring you back to the entrance when you're ready to head back. The next section, of course, takes us back where we started, but you can take the other side of the loop on Pittock Hill if you like. Back at the four-way junction, going straight keeps us on the Wildwood Trail to take that other side of the loop. You'll pass a junction with the Cumberland Trail along the way. Taking a hike so close to the city offers some strange and different things you might encounter. For example, I bet you've never seen a city water meter on a hiking trail before. There's a few of these on this stretch. After a long flat stretch around the hill, you find yourself back at this junction above Cornell Road. Go down and cross to dive back into Maclay Park and finish your trip back. As you might guess, the terrain on this city hike is pretty mild. Just a few spots of rough trail and nothing big to worry about. The low elevation and sheltered setting leave nothing to worry about in the elements category. The lower end of average on the length and climb earn it 3 boots and 2 mountains for ratings on those respectively. That's all for this edition of Pacific Northwest Trail Guide. I scouted this trail in June of 2025, but trails are always evolving. If you pick this trail and encounter any changes people might like to know about, please help out your fellow explorers by sharing in the comments on this video. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but an experience with all of your senses cannot even be conveyed in pictures or video. So don't take my word for it. Get out there and see it for yourself.